live here at City Stadium. I got a special guest here with me. I got my guy Yogi from the RiverCity93 Podcast. What's going on, man?
It's going good, man. It's a disappointing night. 2-2 draw. It felt like a win.
Yeah.
It felt like it should have been a win, but it's a draw. That's kind of like soccer. Like I was saying up in the press box, you're like, that's kind of how soccer feels.
Right.
Like you go,
right.
oh, what's up? You got to win. Until like it's 2-1 down, and we're like, you know what? Time to blow this team up. It is 2-2.
Right, and the interesting thing about this, obviously, with the kickers, starting off early in that 7th minute, getting the goal back, our guy Emiliano Terzaghi, 3-time league MVP. Like you said, it was a point where it looks like it was going to be, kind of cruise control in a sense. But then, talk about just that flurry that from the 69th minute to Emmy's final goal in that 75th minute.
I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. It felt like they lost their heads for a second. But it was kind of like, if you watch the game, it's kind of like building up to it. Like, we weren't able to get out of our own end. I think, like, at one point up to that point, one night had, like, 10 crosses into the box. So it definitely felt like it was coming, but just not in that succession, like how quickly it came. Definitely the second goal, that's 100% our fault. Like, if Ani doesn't, if sorry for the kickoff, if Suko controls that ball better, Ani doesn't over-dribble to where it's a turnover, right? And it felt like if that stuff was alleviated, that goal doesn't happen there. It felt like Richmond had chances. It felt like Richmond was creating that we haven't seen before in other games. But I still have a lot of faith in this team. I think they're still trying to work out the kinks. The formation looks a lot better. Yeah. With the 2 forwards up top, that seems a lot more cooler and crisp. It just seems like you can tell that's something they haven't worked on a lot. And it wasn't like this thing was like, all right, we can go full 90 with it. It's like, all right, we get to a certain point in the game, we're going to change things up.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously now, shifting the focus, the team is now 5-4-6 with their 6th draw of the season. Just your thoughts on just what's been going on, like, how's the record so far and getting, so far?
I still feel like very much the team is stuck in neutral. Like, they're not bad, but they're not doing great like we saw last year. Like, this team is very much still stuck in neutral, still very much in, they're trying to figure things out. The back line, who I have the most faith in, is you can see the cracks are starting to form because a lot is being actually required of them. The midfield is still gelling. It's getting better. I think Darren is still trying to work out who fits where best. And then the front three, I think Darren is looking at that. It's like, I don't know what to do with this area right now. So yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is gelling. I think this team, they just need like a game of like 3 games where they can just score goals and keep clean sheets. This team hasn't had consecutive wins yet, nor I think they might have had consecutive clean sheets, but it might have been draws. Yeah. So it's been a while. Yeah.
So what's next for this team? Obviously, they're going to conclude their 3-game homestand next week. We have they're playing Chattanooga Red Wolves next Saturday. Your thoughts on this upcoming matchup?
I think there's an opportunity for them to get a win there. I mean, Chattanooga is definitely like limping. They just fired their head coach. I think they just got a red card in the game they're playing against Charlotte. And they look like they are just conceding goals left, right, and center right now. So there's an opportunity for this team to get back on track, back on board, and get right. Like, this team just needs a get right game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's coming, I feel like.
Absolutely.
Come to games.
Absolutely, yes. I would come out, especially it's a holiday weekend next weekend. You ain't got no excuse. Some got to be off, some got to work on Monday, some got to, but it's still a holiday weekend. So definitely come out to the City Stadium out here in the heart of Carytown. Yeah, so this is going to wrap up our post-game show. Yogi, tell them where they can find you on social media and plug RiverCity93.
So you can find us at RiverCity93. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. My fault. And you can follow me personally on Twitter at Yogi McLovin.
And we'll, and we conclude this week's Richmond Kickers post-game. And we'll also, after the game, we did speak with a couple Richmond Kickers players and also head coach Darren Sawatzky. And what we will do, we'll catch you guys next week. And we're out. Right. And coach, so obviously in that sequence, guys were down 1-2. Talk about the resolve of the players in that sequence, and also what was the message to the players after tonight's draw?
The message first is, we're proud of them. They battled back and got points. There's character in that, right? There's adversity. That team kicked the living crap out of us for 90 minutes, and the referees did 0 to protect, and that's not good soccer. So the time period that you ask about, we just, a couple of minutes, we got a little bit chaotic. We gave away some goals. They did a great job. They punished us, but then we got control of ourselves. We just got after them. Wayne did some great things when he came on, and then ended us a penalty and we tied the game.
All set, guys?
Yeah, all set.
Good. Excellent. Thank you.
Hopefully put both those pieces together this season.
All right, Ryan, welcome to Richmond. How has the transition been in these 2 weeks since you've been here?
It's been good, very smooth. Like I said, the guys and everyone in the staff and the club has welcomed me with open arms and made the transition very seamless.
And Simon, obviously in the game of this magnitude, like obviously you had the assist and what have you. You had some great individual performances as well. What are some positive takeaways that you'll take away from tonight's game?
I think we started the game really well. I was pleased with that. Felt like we were on the front foot, got the goal early, could have scored a couple more maybe in the first half, so that's a positive. I think another positive is the fact that we came back after we had a rough start to the second half, gave away 2 goals, but we bounced back, which is always what you want to do. You know, it didn't go well, or it didn't go perfect, I should say, but you got to try to make the most of it. And I think we did that at least in the second half. Of course, we want to win the game in a more clean fashion, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Yes, the ball doesn't roll our way sometimes, and we had to battle back and get a point, which I think will be a positive we carry over into next week.
What's that, guys?
Congratulations, Emmy, on your 50th and 51st goal in league history. I want to talk about that when you guys were down 2-1 and that goal to tie this game. What was your thoughts when you guys got behind and pretty much that play to pretty much make this game a draw?
Bueno, gracias. Esta liga es muy competitiva, cualquier equipo son muy parejos, todos los equipos tienen un buen nivel y a veces encontrar el gol temprano hace que inconscientemente defendamos más de lo que deberíamos. Entonces creo que fue un poco eso, y cuando ellos marcaron, nosotros reaccionamos. Tarde, porque necesitamos tener más el balón, generar más ocasiones de gol, pero bueno, es trabajo que nos queda por hacer.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, to score 50 goals in this league is not something easy, so I'm very proud to do that. Something that we did early on was we scored, and I think that kind of plays against us because we then have to kind of get into that mentality of what do we do next, which leads to defending so we don't concede. And then when they scored the second goal, we had to react. So that reaction was something that I think was good for us. But at the end of the day, we did not get the result, so we'll continue to work on getting better and getting stronger.
All set, guys? Yep. Thank you.